Hi, and welcome back. This is week 5, video number 4. In this video, we're going to talk about article and chapter summaries. So we've looked at how to find information. We've now talked about how to read information and how to take some Cornell notes as they're going through information. Our next step in the process is writing summaries. And oftentimes professors will give this as an assignment. They'll ask you to read a chapter or they'll ask you to read an article and write up a summary. Summary writing is also done in the field. So you may be tasked with reviewing a bunch of documents and then writing some summaries for someone of what you've read. So we're going to take a look at article and chapter summaries in detail. An article or a chapter summary is a short, focused, single paragraph that goes over the main points that are presented in an article or a chapter in a book. Okay, so it's one paragraph only. You're not writing pages and pages. It truly is a summarization. And it's usually around 8 to 10 sentences long. It's always written in paraphrased format. So when you're writing a summary, what you're really doing is giving someone who's going to read that summary an overview of what that article or that chapter contained in your own words. A summary should be able to be read and understood by somebody who's not taken a look at the original article or chapter. So again, if you keep that in the back of your mind, that you're writing the summary for somebody who doesn't, say, have time to read the entire chapter or the entire article, you'll find that you're able to produce summaries quite easily. When you're writing a summary, what you want to do is first start off by kind of pulling the article apart. So you want to start by writing a short summary of the author's primary purpose in writing the article or the chapter. What is the main idea? What was the author trying to get across in this particular article or chapter? And then you want to go through and you want to look at the main supporting ideas that the author has used in the article or the chapter. And you want to write some short summaries of those main ideas. You also want to revise your summary so that it moves smoothly from section to section. And of course, you need to use APA style. So you need to make sure that you have your in-text citations in each sentence that you're writing. Let's take a look. I'm going to move now to a handout that I'm going to provide you in the week 5 folder. Let's take a look at an article summary and go over the main parts of the summary. So some basic information or basic instructions about working through an article. This also works for a book chapter, okay? The first thing that you want to do is either print or photocopy your article or your chapter so that you can actually mark it up, okay? And again, right, you're probably taking some core notes as you're going through. You want to read the article carefully and you want to identify the author's main purpose, right? What is again, I'll repeat it, what is the main idea that this author is trying to get across here? And you also want to look at the structure of the article. So what are the main sections? Are there headings and subheadings that will help guide you? You want to underline the main points of the article and keywords that express the main idea. And then you're actually going to get down to writing. Okay, so in a sentence or two, write a short summary of the author's primary purpose. And then write, as I mentioned before, short summaries of each of the author's main ideas. Okay, let's take a look at the example. So I've given you an example here of a summary that somebody has written of an article. This summary is split up into different chunks, but please note if the person were actually submitting this summary, all of this would be in one single paragraph. Okay, so summaries take paragraph format. At the beginning, the person who's writing this summary identifies the author's purpose. They also mention the author's name. Okay, so they start off by saying, in this article, David Azur, which is the name of the author, observes that the manner in which healthcare providers demonstrate blah, 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 blah. Okay, so first sentence, right to the main point. In this article or in this chapter, Okay, author last name, observes, notes, argues, presents, okay, any of those verbs that help you express main ideas, and then goes over the main ideas. Okay, then each of the supporting points are mentioned through. Okay, you want to repeat the author's name again as a reminder that this is a summary. And then finally, this person finishes their summary with a little conclusion, a sentence or two that identifies what that author's conclusion was at the end of the article or at the end of the chapter. I'm going to encourage you to actually go through this summary example closely so that you can see exactly how it's constructed. You're going to be writing some article or chapter summaries shortly. So you want to make sure that you have a good sense of article summary strategy. I've also given you some extra resources that I think will assist you in preparing to write summaries. And those are in the extra resources handout in week number 5. I strongly, strongly encourage you to go through those because summary writing is something that you're going to be doing a lot of. Okay, that brings us to a close for this particular video. In our next video, I'm going to go over the major project. I'll talk to you then.